We have question number 3 of October-November 2024. A-levels mathematics paper 3-2 variant 2. The square root of 6 minus 8 iota can be expressed in the Cartesian form x plus iota y, where x and y are real and exact. Means these two numbers will not be in iota. By forming the quadratic equation in x and y, find the square roots of this 6 minus 8 iota in the exact Cartesian form. So first of all, the square roots can be expressed as that. So I'll write 6 minus 8i would be equal to the x plus iota y, and the root of this would be equal to that. So how to get rid of that square root? We'll be squaring on both sides. So you'll get out of this root, and over here by the terms, this will be x, this will be iota y, and this will be x, and this will be iota y. So this would give you terms like this. You would have x square plus 2xy iota, and iota square will give you minus, or that would be minus this. So we would have two terms. That you can see easily, that 6 can be equated with this real number, and the imaginary part of minus 8 can be equated with this part. So you would have 6 equals x square minus y square, and so this would be simply solved as minus 4 of xy, and if you want to take y, so you would have minus 4 over x, which can be plugged over here. So you can just simply write 6 equals x square minus y has a value minus 4 over x squared. So you would have x square minus, and that would be turned into plus. This would give us x power 4 this goes here, multiply with this, and you would simply have a quadratic equation. That was power 4. Let me just rewrite it in the correct order. So you would have x power 4 minus x square minus 16 equals 0. So in this particular case, we can either use a quadratic formula or simply we can have the middle term that can be broken down. So 16 can be easily broken down with 8 and 6. So if you have plus 2x, this would again give you 6x squared, but this would help us out in forming this. So you can take x square as common, you'll get x square minus 8, and from the other side you can also get 2 as common. This will be x square minus 8 equals 0. So you'll have two factors. One is equals to 0 and the other is. So what we can do is that we can not take the negative one, that would be rejected, and we can take this one, root of 2 plus we can directly take the square root. Yes, we can. So you'll get plus minus of and root 8, or we can just simplify that with this. So the question is still not solved because they're asking us to get the Cartesian. Cartesian means that we need to have x and y. So, or we can say that the real number and the complex number. So let me just make some space over here. Okay. So what value do we have for y? This was the equation for y. This can be used over here. Y equals minus 4 over x, and we have two values of x. One is positive and negative. So we would say that for negative value, let's say 2 under root 2, and the other value y minus 4 positive value. So you would have two values, that would be minus minus cancels out. So one value would be positive 2 under root 2, and this would give you negative 2 under root 2, but this would be rationalized like this. So you would get minus 2 under root 2, and this will be taken out, so this cancels out. So it will be just left with minus under root 2. So for one value means for y there can be two values for y, and obviously there can be two values for x. So how we can write it? We can write it in two roots. Like first root can be like the first value, if we take the x as negative, and then we got positive root of that. So that was iota, and in this case we had the x was positive, so we got negative 2 iota. So yes, these are the two values, the roots. It's written as separately. If you want to take common, we can, but that's fine. So this was the question, a simple question of complex numbers.